Hello, and welcome to the Stevens Motorsports Revved Up podcast, week 2. Please listen and enjoy the wonderful interview with the iCrash Weekly crew.
Okay. So, I figured we'd kind of kick this thing off with the crap that's happened to all of us in the last couple of Talladega races, where people literally, we're back to race etiquette again, which is where we were at on the last episode. But it's gotten worse. Horribly worse. And with that, I'm going to get my first replay going, and you'll understand where I'm coming from with this.
Emphasis on horribly worse.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, major.
No, I think very few people understand just how bad it is right now.
Right. And I will get this streamed in for you guys so you can see it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have. Yep. There's the replay I want to show later. Yep, I found it.
I mean, this is like a prime example, just because of the fact that you had the guy that did this was a lap down, involved in a crash. We're 4 to go, we were 4 to go when he crashed, and it wound up being a green, white, checker start. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this over here.
You might want to drop your race labs out.
Yep, just doing that. 12. I think I can control F12. A little bit further.
Holy smokes, your setup is cool.
Who's set up?
Yours.
Oh, I try.
I know I'm
Are we
jealous.
talking about all these screens?
Yeah, I've never actually seen it
In
like
person.
this.
Yeah, you haven't seen it yet. Okay, so we're gonna pull up lap 50.
Wow, you can see everything.
And then we're gonna zoom around.
Maybe back in the corner.
Okay. So now what we'll do. 12. And then we're gonna run this in slow motion so everybody can see it. But so at this point we're coming to the checkered. You can see in the distance there's a yellow car. He is now below the yellow line. He's a lap down. Car's junked. He can only do like 150. He pulls back up. The 5 car goes to dip below. I've got to check up. I get sent for a ride.
Oh boy.
But
That's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, JD.
It just gets worse.
I'm gonna zoom this way out. Nope, we go that way with it. The entire field gets junked because of a lapper.
Damn.
That should be an automatic ban doing something like that.
And here's the best
There
part.
was Eddie.
That yellow car is a man with a 5,000 I rating.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, of all people that should know better.
This was a top split race. So not even like a bottom split. Like I don't understand. Like what was so important that you had to pull up in front of everybody and act like a ding dong?
Guarantee you that was fully intentional. I'm not gonna win. Nobody's gonna win. That kind of shit.
Well, and the thing of it is I was almost thinking that. Except for I went back and watched where he winds up getting crashed. It took me a minute because I did a race record earlier. It's up on YouTube. You can go watch the thing. But if you watch the crash that he's in the back. He's like 20th. And then he winds up riding the wall on his side, sliding all the way down out of 3 and 4. And really, it should have been his race right there. How the car wasn't junked to a meatball, I don't know.
No.
But why would you pull back up in front of the leaders when you literally have a 3x3 pack coming? And I do know that the left front wheel is pointing off a little bit because I could see it in the replay. It's not pointed down the road or pointed straight down the track like it should. So he's already having trouble keeping it down low. At that point, you shouldn't even be allowed to go back out there. Like, is it something that iRacing needs to program a minimum speed you have to meet during green flag runs?
Oh, I 100% believe that iRacing needs to either do a minimum speed or they need to have a damaged vehicle policy.
Well, I mean, they
But-
technically have that with a meatball.
Well, I
Well,
feel
no,
like
what I mean is if your car has more than 8 minutes of repairs and you can't get back out onto the track and meet a certain speed, you shouldn't be allowed to continue to race.
At least it may be super speedways.
I'd say at most speedways. Short tracks are a different story because, short tracks, you can have 8 minutes of damage and somehow still be competitive. I still haven't figured that out. But it's mostly Talladega, Daytona, tracks like Michigan, Auto Club, where you have these guys that get back out on the track with 8 minutes left of repairs, and they're doing 40 miles an hour less than the rest of the field. And they're not letting people by, and they're still trying to race them, and they cause massive wrecks.
Right.
Very
I mean,
much.
to be fair though, guys going the same speed can be running second place and still wreck the entire field.
Also true.
Yes. Yes, 100% correct.
So I mean, I think it's just you need to get rid of the idiots in iRacing.
honestly, I
okay.
think that should be a competition issue where it can be protestable.
Well, it
And
is.
it is.
What he just did is protestable, and I've since sent a protest on it.
That's protestable under two different things. Number one, it's protestable under intentional wrecking, and it's protestable under a competition issue or blocking. Yeah, so three things.
Well, and it's not even it's not just something that's low split. I mean, hell, Nick had one too today. That same thing, except for the guy was the leader, pulled below the yellow line on the backstretch. Which, if you want to do that, that's fine. I don't care. Go ahead and get out of the way. But don't continue to run race pace and then expect guys to move in for you.
Right.
Like this isn't. We're not at a country club. This isn't SCCA old man racing. This isn't beer league hockey. You got to realize we're racing here. We're not out for a Sunday stroll.
Beer league hockey? I just want to make sure I heard that right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you
sounds like
heard it
fun.
right.
Heard of beer league hockey?
Yeah, you guys never heard of beer league hockey?
No,
but
no, I
I'm
have
gonna.
not.
That's
Okay.
some good stuff.
I'm
It's
gonna.
A bunch
No,
of
that'll-
dudes throw their stick in the middle of the ice. What does that mean?
That's going to be a YouTube
Beer-
search at some point for me.
Beer time.
Yeah.
Is it like those people that chase the cheese wheel down the hill?
What?
Oh, yeah,
Those-
look that up sometime.
That is funny as hell. Those people are crazy.
Before we digress, though,
Yes.
I don't know if there's outside of minimum speed, because there was one wreck earlier this week. I should have been out there. Car was doing 150 in third gear, but I have to be able to stop my I rating from sliding because somebody else wrecked me out.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I think iRacing just needs to quit doing this him haul crap of, hey, we know you screwed up, but we're just gonna keep giving you warnings.
Yeah.
Pretend we did something.
There's
Instead-
not that. Go ahead.
Well, what they need to do is they need to actually start banning people.
Right.
Don't you have guys like Justin Johnson, prime example. He shouldn't have ever come back to begin with.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, he should have been done after
at that
what he
point, well, yeah, with that one, that's an overreach, well beyond intentional wrecking.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something that's way beyond.
But he should have been banned before that, even. The way he drove the entire week.
Well, and I mean, look at how many protests we filed. And I'll
That's
openly
kind of
say
my
it.
point.
I follow. God dang, I can't talk. I filed 3 against him in a week,
I filed at least 3 against him.
and I'm
I
sure.
know. I filed one. Just the screenshot of everything that went on in your YouTube stream.
Right. And I know that some got filed this week. I don't know what for. I can tell you that there were some unhappy people in the first Gen 4 race that I was in. But again, if that person who got 3 weeks off, that I can guarantee, I know that based on what we've seen, he got 3 weeks off, still came back, no voice. And within the first day back, he's already pissed enough people off that they're looking to intentionally wreck him, which makes the situation that we're talking about here even that much worse.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
now you're talking about guys intentionally wrecking somebody to literally, especially a super speedway that could wreck any one of us.
It's a lynching of one person, basically. It
All-
becomes a racing lynch.
All because iRacing let this guy back on.
Well, it's
Exactly.
and that's the thing is, I think iRacing's so focused on, well, we got to make more money. We got to keep making money.
Well, I mean,
We can't ban anybody.
they're in
We got to
the-
make money.
Well, and there's loopholes around it, right? I mean,
Right.
Well, everybody knows they had banned Scott Speed, right? Now he
Took a
got it
while.
reversed. He got it reversed. He's back on the service.
okay.
He was a spokesperson for iRacing. Now, out of all the people to bring back, wouldn't that be the one to be set the prime example on?
Right.
You would think.
Well, it
You would
did
think
take
so.
a while for him to get kicked off.
What was he doing?
Just being a
Intention-
butt.
Intentionally wrecking people.
Oh.
Yeah, he would do stuff that's like full throttle into cars and stuff like that.
Same thing Max Verstappen did.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's okay because it's Max Verstappen. So
No, he actually got a ban
drop
for it
drop
too.
drop
He got a
drop
ban
that
for it
subject.
too.
Drop that
Well-
subject. Nope. Max Verstappen. Nope. It's okay.
F1,
Don't worry.
not here.
Well, and my thing is like, okay, so she'll probably do, again, like we talked about in the last podcast, that once her arm is healed, she's probably going to do some iRacing. And I don't know, would you think that at some point it should be like, okay, if you fuck up and you get a week off, the next time you fuck up, should it be contingent on what the penalty was for before and build on it?
It should be 3 strikes, you're out.
Okay, now what happens if you still want to race? The easy way to do it is to sign up with somebody else's credit card. I mean, where do you draw a line?
You can't. If you're going
I
to
wish
sign up
they
with
just-
somebody else's stuff, nobody's going to know.
IP bans.
The IP
Yeah.
bans, that could
Yeah,
be
but
good.
your IP changes on most home internet stuff every 30 days.
Yep.
Okay.
Or
G-
what they need to do is do a hardware ban.
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A hardware ban.
I build a new computer, different hardware.
You're gonna spend a shitload of money to build a new computer just to race iRacing.
People do
I'm
crazy
just saying,
things.
yeah, people do crazy shit. I
Oh, I
got
know.
this girl could
But-
tell you a
Yeah,
laundry list of
okay.
things.
Okay, well, at your fucking God damn it, what's the term I'm looking for here? You're stretching it thin right there. Yeah, there are people dumb enough and crazy enough. They get hardware banned. They're banned from iRacing. There's no way they can fucking come back on. So they go and spend $4,000 on another computer to
Okay, yeah,
You know,
I get where
do-
you're.
Yeah. So it's like, okay. I'm sorry if I get banned from iRacing. I'm not starting another account. I've spent way too much fucking money. It's like,
Right.
no,
But then
no, I'll just,
that's
I'll
because
go
you're
do Assetto
logical.
Corso or something.
you're a logical
Yeah.
human. But there are some people
Yeah.
who are crazy enough to do that.
Well, see,
Yeah.
They want to be that crazy and they want to be that dumb with their money. Let them. Eventually, they'll run out of money.
True.
I think
There's only so much that iRacing can do.
that, and this is going to be a very hot take here.
Oh
It's not
boy.
going to be not going to be a popular.
From you,
opinion.
never.
I think a good way to really decrease the amount of intentional wrecks and retaliations would be two things. Number one, you do that whole minimum speed, whatever the hell they're calling it in NASCAR, damaged vehicle policy. And
Okay.
number 2, they've got to fix the incident point system.
I would agree.
Well, you know,
'Cause-
you said
yeah.
you said earlier, I think it was you, Eric, that said if you start kicking people off the server, they're going to lose money. I'll bet you they gain more money from people coming in because of that. If they're a little more harsh on the Yahoos.
Another hot
I-
take.
Yeah, I don't.
Put the
I don't
ban
think
list. Put the ban list out there with names for everybody to see.
that's really what it needs.
Seriously.
That's really what it needs to come down to. It needs to come down to public shaming.
Yeah, do it.
Right.
Like
We
every
we,
week.
we,
List
we
the
as a
bans every
society
week.
need- we as a society need to get back to bullying.
Well,
Oh,
Truth just
okay,
hurts.
that's a
The
real
bullying.
hot
No.
take that's not going to
Okay,
be popular.
I mean, now, yeah, that's you know,
Well,
that's
here,
really going to the extreme with that phrase. But yeah, I mean, you know, just I hate to say it, put their names out there. You know,
Well, and
this person got banned or
For this
person
reason.
got, this is the list of names that are dealing with a 1 week, 2 week ban. Whether it be a competition ban or a voice ban, and here's the reason.
right. Well, and my thing too is this kind of goes to iRacing's. I guess I'm going to over encompass this a little bit because we all know that the protest system's broken, right? I think we can all agree.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah,
The
100%.
protest system as a whole is broken, which also in turn your incident points problem is broken. But okay, you're still going to have the incident points. That's going to be a no-brainer. But yes, I agree that if I slam the wall too hard, a 1x should be. I don't think that even should be an X. You slam the wall too hard, get your car, meatball. That's on you. Whatever. I do think.
Part of that is so you can't wall ride.
Yeah, I'm okay with that being an incident point, especially if it's a good enough hit. But the issue is that iRacing, it's like they can't make up their mind whether it should be a 0x or a 2x, because I can't tell you how many 0x meatballs I've gotten in a cup car.
Oh yeah,
Just from slapping the wall one time.
Just brushing the wall.
right.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is, and what I was gonna get at with the protest system, and why I'd really love to do this interview with them, is why don't we know if I put in a protest, say against Ucorn, why don't I find out what the outcome is? I'm just saying a name. What I'm saying though is why don't I find out what happens in my protest? All you do is send me an email that says, "Oh, situation resolved."
Yeah.
And then I've
How?
got to piece it together.
Why are you so nosy?
Because in real auto racing, if you file a protest, you find out while you're there what the sanctioning body says.
And because I want to know if the next race I get into, if Johnny Jackass is going to be in there and he's going to try to intentionally wreck me again.
Johnny Jack.
I like that. It's not Johnny Ponytail, it's Johnny Jackass.
Johnny
Yes.
Jackass. That is a new thing.
Well, and the other thing is okay, I understand that with sim racing, it's going to be different than real world racing, but it would be nice to go, okay, did that guy get a week suspension? Can he still race but not in this series? Like,
Right.
What
Have you ever tried asking them?
that's the
I
thing
don't
is they
know.
won't tell you.
They won't.
That's
Yeah.
why me and JD are talking about this interview
But
with.
have you tried?
Yeah,
Yes.
multiple people have tried. You also, if you protest, let's say it's the other way around, Corn protests me.
Bitch.
All I do is I get an email that says I have been protested for, and whatever that reason is. It doesn't
You
tell
don't get
you
a
who.
replay.
Yeah, you don't get a replay. You don't find out who filed it. And I get that it's tried to prevent retaliation, but
You all figure it out anyways.
well,
Right.
I mean, if you know the situation, yes, and that's why we keep our replays at this point, because then we can go back and if I have to, I can go, well, this actually,
manipulated-
yeah, they
They
manipulated a replay.
manipulated it to show that, hey, this happened right before this, but by them cutting it at this point, it looks like I did this.
Right.
Yeah. For example, a couple months back, somebody protested me for intentionally wrecking them, and iRacing sent me a warning, and I said, no, this is what actually happened. And I sent them the full clip of the incident where this guy pulls up right in front of me and I have to avoid him. And in trying to avoid him, I spin out and wreck into him.
Right.
And that's not intentionally
iRacing
wrecking.
Right.
No.
iRacing was immediately like, hey, thanks for, giving us the full story. We're going to remove this strike off your account.
Right.
Really,
Exactly.
they did that.
You can 100% appeal a protest.
Like Tom's whole thing where I protested him. He got a warning for what he said to me, but then he says shit, somebody reports him, and he was like, whoa, and actually took a protest to appeal another protest.
And it worked.
They'll let
Oh,
you
wow.
appeal. They will let you appeal 100%.
See, that's another thing I don't agree with. While I understand iRacing wants to keep things family friendly, every Tom, Dick, and Harry on this freaking service is gonna say fuck. They're gonna say shit. And you're probably gonna bleep those out. I know.
And how many kids that technically aren't supposed to be on the server are in races and dropping F-bombs and whatnot?
I mean, shoot, we had a freaking 10-year-old in the freaking race
Why don't
earlier.
they have age
Hey,
groups?
fuck you, motherfucker!
Exactly.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Why don't
That's what
they
it
have
sounded
age
like.
groups? Like when you race, you have like a 40 plus. Why don't you have that?
Well, I
in
mean,
this?
with most car racing, if they're 18 and up, it doesn't really matter. Because even if you go to a local dirt track, you're going to have an 18-year-old kid run against a 60-year-old man.
Well, iRacing
I
do
would
like
do
18 to 25, and then
I
26
would say
to 50.
It's hard. It's
I
already
would
hard to
say
populate some
16
of
and
these
up.
races.
I would say 16 and up get their own own servers, and then you have 16 to
I think
whatever
it's-
their age limit is.
I thought it was. Is it 13?
But
think
how are
it's-
you how are you gonna verify age?
With a minor, it's hard. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
the other issue you have there is now you're going to be cutting down race sizes on some of these series that struggle just to get an official race in.
By what,
Right.
like 10%?
It's very. Oh man, some days even A/B class is like, oh, there's not enough people for a good race here.
Well,
Yeah.
look at Pro 2 and Pro 4. They struggle with Pro 2s getting an official race.
Yep.
And Pro
Well, and
4s
that's-
you got to catch at the right time.
That's half the reason, because they don't. iRacing doesn't put enough time into dirt road, and I don't know why.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not,
dirt oval's freaking toxic as hell.
Oh
yeah.
god, yeah.
Well-
I mute chat when I go in there for a
Part
reason.
of that too is it seems like every time I get into a dirt oval race, I get taken out by a lap car.
Yeah.
Be leading the race, and then you get taken out by a lap car because they can't figure out how to go around the track.
Right.
I am probably one of the worst guys you'll ever see in dirt. I'll go ahead and throw myself under the bus. But I know enough to be able to stay out of the way of lead lap cars and keep my car rolling in a decent speed. I'm the few dirt races that I've actually done, I've been a back marker for most of them. I've gotten like one top 3, and it was literally because there was a massive wreck, and I just happened to clear it.
Well, look at Bristol Dirt. Bristol Dirt, all we
Oh,
did was
boy.
survive.
That's all you had to do.
I have
See,
only
that's-
run 35 dirt oval races.
I don't even know how many. Mine's probably way under that, actually. I bet maybe 20. Actually, I'll tell you in just a second.
But I
I
have
was gonna say, I'll
led
tell you.
25% of the laps that I've run in those 35 races.
Right.
But I've only won 8 of them because I
Anybody-
keep getting taken out by lap
That's dirt
cars.
road.
I have done
right.
11 starts on dirt.
Well, I've got you beat.
Oh yeah?
I've done 19.
Oh man, I don't have any.
Wow.
I don't have any wins
My
though.
name is Nick.
I have 28 with 1 win.
I have 6 top 5s, and granted, most of those are rookie dirt races. So
Alright,
you've only
so-
got like 8 cars in the race.
Do you want me to tell y'all mine?
You got 0?
Always.
No.
Okay.
Dirt oval. 1,700 starts, 253 wins.
You're full of shit.
1,700?
He's lying to you.
He's
He's
he's full of
lying.
shit because he hasn't been on iRacing that long.
Yeah.
Go look. Go look. Or don't. Actually, no. 16
yeah.
starts.
Okay. That sounds about more like
Yeah,
it.
I pretty much stopped with Dirt Oval just because it's
It's very toxic.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
now,
stay away from that side of it.
do we want to do a dirt road stats?
No, kiss my ass.
I'll do dirt road stats.
You shush, Nick. I don't want to hear it from you.
Why
Mind your
me?
business.
I don't even know.
My
how many-
stats aren't. Well, I guess my stats are better than my road stats.
Sure, what do you got for a dirt road?
I've got 36 starts, 23 top fives, 1 win, 1 pole. All that good fun stuff.
What's your top 5 percentage?
Top 5 percentage is yes. 63.8.
To be fair,
So I've got 1 win. My top 5 percentage is 66%. I only got 9 starts.
I have 11. I have 11 starts, 1 win, and a 81.8 top 5 percentage.
Must be
we're not gonna talk about my dirt road experience.
But
okay?
anyways,
I've literally got 3 races under my belt in dirt road.
Jesus.
Hey,
Now,
with
So-
3 top 5s.
I'm not. I don't know if I want to tell you all my road stats though.
I'm
my
not even-
road sucks.
we're not even going there.
Your road
Um,
sucks, yet you won all of our road course races in the league.
82 starts,
Fair.
8 top fives, average finish of 11.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Better than mine.
So I
Go
want to, before you go any further, I want to jump back into the whole what can iRacing do thing.
yeah.
They really need to fix their no fault incident
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, but to do that, you've got to
Because-
have race control.
Yes and no. Like what?
Or if they, now hear me out, if you protest somebody, will make it to where they can give you back the safety rating.
Yes, that's what I'm kind of referring to.
That
Like
or
if
the
you
iRating
if you
as well.
show
But the I
that-
rating is going to be one of those things that I don't know if it's going to be easy to give back.
I would say the iRating, if you're running P2, let's say, like happened to me a couple weeks ago, and they stop at the start finish line to give you a black flag.
yeah,
Yeah, but here's the thing. Then you've got to figure out, okay, what's an acceptable give back? Because you're probably not going to give 100% back.
I
I
would
would
say,
put them back.
That's the
I would
thing,
put
though.
them back to what they had before the start of the race.
yeah, I
if
would
it
say
was
That is
no
what I would
loss.
give them.
Like what mine was, I was P2. We were on last green flag or green white checker. We got the caution. We were finishing under caution, and the leader stopped at right before the start finish line and gave me a black flag when I was
Right.
otherwise guaranteed second place. So instead of gaining that 80 I rating that I lost 60.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
And
say
then
at
that's
least, I would
that
say at least
situation. Go ahead.
in that case, it'd be nice if you could protest that and say, "Hey, this is what happened." That even if they don't give him that what he should have had, at least make it 0 loss.
Well, and
Right,
and,
yeah.
and that's a
Right.
situational thing, anyways. Of leader did X. At that point, leader's disqualified because what he did was against the rule book. So you'd wind up first place points, all that
Right.
junk in the real world. So that's one of those situational ones where it's easy. But I'm talking like the one where, King wrecked me out second corner at Daytona.
Yeah.
And it was intentional, but it was early on in the race. You can't give somebody back
Right.
all of that stuff.
You can't guess
Right.
where they would have finished. You don't know where they would have finished
Right.
either. You can't
So
justify that. In
I
any
like
means.
I like Damien's idea of no loss.
Yeah.
Okay. If I can interject and just kind of circle back real quick before I have to get out and actually do work. This whole racing etiquette and it boils down to, simply put, we have a culture and a society of no accountability.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
Hard to argue that.
It basically boils down to the fact that it's on the internet, and I can wreck your car, and the most you can do is you can protest me. I ain't got to worry about you coming and socking me in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to.
right.
It's a thing. I mean, yeah, you can look up my name and everything, but there's still that anonymity. You know.
Right. So who's got another rec video that kind of goes along with this?
I've got one queued up, ready to go, and I'd really love to play it to
Let's bring
get
her
rid
up.
of this screaming noise in my ear.
Let's bring her
You
up.
did mention earlier crashes, not just
I'll
any
be right
video, right? You said crashes, right?
Any video.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have actually a very interesting point with mine.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well,
All right.
let's get Corns on screen really quick.
So I'm showing this from probably about half a corner before it happens. Keep an eye on the 24 car here.
Working for me? Yeah.
So you got this Budweiser car coming up the outside. This is the last lap of the race.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Late block.
Oh yeah, Corn gets demolished, and then the guy in the Haviland car doesn't even hit the brakes. He just runs right into Corn.
Yeah. So, this is one of those situations where, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for here? Accountability. All right. So we look at this 24 car, and I'm going to play it in a half speed here. We look at this 24 car.
Yeah.
All right. This is the last lap. There's a big run of 5 cars coming on the outside line, and the 24 car decides that he's going to try to block it late.
Okay. Oh, he blocks way late.
Right. The 26 could have checked up all he wanted to, and he still was going to run him over.
No, there was no way.
He was still going to run him over.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of those things where, the whole racing etiquette comes back into play. Because this could have been avoided.
Oh yeah.
Here's
This
another
could have
point.
easily been avoided.
Well, and here's the thing with super speedways, they should adjust the incident count, because there's about 10 cars there that were innocent that now have 4Xs.
Oh yeah.
A minimal.
Oh,
But-
A minimal
absolutely.
4x.
Yeah, minimal.
Fine.
But I want to know.
Absolutely.
Well, in a real race, they're going to have 4X too.
Oh, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Like there was nothing that the entire field essentially, as you can see in this shot. There's nothing that any of them could have done to avoid that.
Yeah, but in a real race, I mean, same thing happens. You end up getting taken out of a race because of somebody making a move.
Right.
So I think they should get the 4X just for the realism.
Well, I mean, you're still getting the realism. I mean, they're still getting taken out of the race.
In a sense, that does make sense, and I think it's because the X's are almost like costs.
Yeah.
And so if you don't get any incidents, where's the incentive to avoid the
thing.
wreck really, or try your luck and just gas it through? That
All
makes
they
sense.
have to do to get that safety rating back is go do a time trial.
Well, yes and
That's
no.
where I call it a load of shit, because all they have to do is go pop into a time trial, build that safety rating up, and then they can go race like a jackass again.
But to an
Right.
extent, because like a 4x right there, that's going to cost you probably 25, 30 laps in time trial.
And you're
Oh my
limited to how much you
God.
can run time trials. You can't just run one after the next either.
I mean, yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can run.
No, but you
time-
can't just start one, run a bunch of laps, end it, and then leave it. You have to wait till that half hour's over, and then you can do another one.
No, you
You
can't.
can't just run a.
You can
you
run
can
another
just-
one right after.
No, like yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. But if you want to do, say you do half 15 minutes, you put in like a 60 laps at a short track. You're like, okay, that's good enough for safety rating. You can't just leave and start another one. You have to wait that half an hour. So it's like every half an hour you're limited. So unless you want to spend multiple hours of your day getting 0.5 I rating, go for it.
Right.
But I don't see a lot of people doing that anymore.
No, there aren't.
What were you gonna say, dear?
I want to know what he should have done.
What, the guy that crept up there in the 24?
Like,
Stayed in the middle.
if you can show this and tell me, like,
Okay.
play by play,
You-
all
right.
what should have happened for real.
I can 100% do that.
He should have
he
either
was
stayed
revving
in
cars.
line,
All
or
right.
at this point
So-
here, he should have already moved up.
Going all the way back to right about here.
So I'm looking at the 24 car, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the
So
Home
I'm actually
Depot.
going to throw this into blimp view so it doesn't move around as much. So going back and looking at this 24 car, all right, he's got all, what the hell? That's weird.
Blimp
Okay.
just
That
decided
didn't
to
work.
do blimp things on you.
Yeah, it did. Okay.
Must have caught a gust of wind.
There we
Just do
go.
Car chase on the 24.
All right, so all the way, actually, you know what? Yeah, good idea. Bar chase, and we'll zoom it out. That's not going to work.
Zoom it out and pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
There.
All right. So back at this point, we're coming through turn 2, 1 and 2.
One.
At this point, if the 24 wants to go to the high line, he should have already gone. Because this
You're
26,
going into the turn.
correct.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
this 26 car, 24 is traveling 194. This 26 car, I have to get out of this. This 26 car is traveling 5 miles an hour faster than him and still picking up on him.
And by
the
now
20
it's too late.
So he's trying
Right.
to block so the 26 car doesn't get past him.
Correct.
Correct.
And he's
Yeah, he's
doing
at this
actually
it
point-
too
taking
late.
2 lanes.
Well, he's
Right.
kind of trying to straddle it so Corn doesn't go by him either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
At
he's
this
trying
point-
to act like he's the leader.
At this point, the 24 has already wrecked the whole field.
So he doesn't know it yet.
Because unless he stays right where he is and lets both of us go by,
Mm-hmm.
if he
Game
pulls
over.
back down in front of one of us, he's wrecked.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
wrecked everybody.
Yep.
So the
That's the point of
24
no return.
Right. Basically, in this case, the 24 should have stayed in line. Should have never moved.
Yeah, you should have stayed in the middle
Mhm.
line.
Now, was this from a restart, or were you guys green up to this point?
This is green up to this point. This is there was a green white checker restart. This is the last lap of the restart.
How many cars are on that very top line too? That's my next question.
I'm actually wrong. This is a
This is
this
going to green.
is this is
This
one lap to green.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought there was 5 or 6 from the angle we could see, but
Okay.
There
Well,
are
if you look at the last lap time right
Yeah,
there,
there's
it's
about
208.
5
there's
about to be
5
6.
cars
Yeah, that's a
right
good
in that line. So wrong way. There we go. So him attempting to block that line, he should have. The only time he should have tried that is when that car was still behind me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, yeah, because at that point, once he comes up behind the Home Depot car, it's going to put that air bubble behind that car and shove it forward anyways.
Right.
And all cars on top are going straight down to the bottom, and everybody's done.
Right. And I stand corrected when I said this was the last lap. There's still 1 lap to go.
Wait,
You ain't got to make these kind of moves yet.
is this 26 a lap car?
No,
Why did
Yes,
it say
actually.
position 20?
actually,
he's a lap car.
I
yes,
believe he
the
is.
26 is a lap car.
Yeah, he sure is.
That makes
So-
it doubly bad.
Yeah. That makes it even worse, I'd say.
Well, here's the thing. All right.
Because why
The
are
20
you blocking a lap
26
car?
At least he's staying out of the
Well,
way,
there
though,
is
being
that.
high.
But here's the thing. The 26 has every right to race just as hard
Yes.
Yeah.
as the lead lap cars.
Yeah,
think
I
what's
agree.
being said though, Corn, is why did the 24 go up and block?
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm asking.
there's no point in blocking a lap car. Like, let the guy go. Who cares?
He
And,
must
and,
not have known. He just didn't pay
and
attention.
here's my thought on that. Dude probably didn't have his relative on.
Probably not.
He just saw car in his mirror and he was gonna block it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have their damn relative on.
So
Yep.
that man that speaks in your ear, shouldn't he have said lap car?
No,
whatever coming
that
up.
program is not smart enough to know that.
Right.
No, he just says car.
See, that's why if we can, if I'm not driving or Corn's not
That's why
driving
you
or
spot.
whoever, that's why you have a human spotter, because then if I'm sitting here, I
You
can
coulda
look
told
I can
Corn,
look
that's
at
a
my
lap car.
relative and go, dude, 26 on the high side, lap car, just let him go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Now my spotter does mention if it's a lap car.
I thought
Sometimes
it
if you're
If I'm
passing, they
coming
will.
up
don't-
to them,
I don't-
not
Yeah.
when they're
If
behind
you're
me.
coming up to a car,
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
coming from
it'll
behind,
say
it's
if
not gonna
it's
tell you.
lapped or not.
I feel like that would be helpful.
It'll say like quicker car coming from behind or whatever, but it won't tell you.
It should tell you a lap
Yeah.
car. That would
no.
make
Yeah,
life easier.
I think the 26 is doing the right thing here by staying high.
I
Right.
agree.
And in my opinion, he's not doing anything wrong.
No.
Right. There's 2 laps to go.
His car is fine.
He just wants to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
By all means, race your heart out.
Well, he's bringing a pile of cars behind him, so there's a good chance
Right.
that those guys are on
There's-
the lead lap.
Let's see. 13's on the lead lap. Yeah, all these guys are on the lead lap,
So he's helping some guys out. So that
except for this guy. But
he's helping some guys.
he's literally just taking himself to the tail of the field, and he's like, "Well, shit! If I can get to the front, I'm going to get to the front, and get my lap back, right? Why not?"
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it's me, I'm not throwing a block on a lap car. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
Right.
Because-
it boils back to that whole racing etiquette.
Well, in 2 here, we all know the bottom line is steady. The high line is good through the corner, but loses steam once it gets on the straightaway. That midline gets a better rocket off the corner,
Mhm.
and it's not just racing etiquette; it's a little bit of common sense.
Right.
And I feel like, again, like we talked about last week, a lot of these guys are jumping in, thinking I can be Dale Earnhardt, and just go, and you can't. You cannot
can't.
drive this is not NASCAR heat. It's not. It never will be. The physics are so different. And I think the other thing that's happening, if Motorsports Games actually put out a NASCAR game worth of shit, we might not see half of these people.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
And
Everybody's gotten sick of the crap physics and graphics with it, so they want something more real. This is the next place they go.
How about just
Yeah.
functionality for one thing?
Well, yeah, that's a
And
whole.
by
But
all
that's another
means.
topic.
Yeah, that's another
By-
topic for another day.
by all means, if you're tired of NASCAR heat, we're not telling you don't come to iRacing. We're telling you if you come to iRacing, be prepared for something different. Be prepared to race differently than you would on NASCAR heat, because
Yep.
NASCAR heat, it's arcade compared to
100%.
iRacing. It's arcade, and I say that as somebody who came from NASCAR heat.
Me too.
Where is it?
Yeah,
NASCAR
I've
Heat
got
4 and 5. These were
I've
my
got-
babies for a while.
I got the same ones.
And I played the piss out of them.
Yep.
And when I finally had an opportunity to get on iRacing, the very first race I got into, and I waited a little while before I got into a race. I ran several practice laps, blah 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 blah. The very first race I got into, I was like, oh
Oh no.
this is gonna take some practice.
Yeah,
And so
I feel you.
I ran so many AI races before I ever jumped back into an actual race.
Me
Right.
too.
I have an idea for
And-
that too.
Go
Like,
ahead.
so one of the things I've noticed is this is an old format. Back when I started, when I was saying about you had to carry it through the whole season, your safety rating before you get bumped up.
Mm-hmm.
They still have it in there where you have 4 races or 4 time trials in that class car.
Right.
Now
I
I
think-
think they need to get rid of the whole time trial part of that, where you can still do it. It can still help your safety rating, but you have to complete, say, 6, 8, maybe even 10 races in that class before you're even eligible to bump up. So if you get a 4.0,
Right.
Yeah.
Because
you
then
can
Very
literally the way that they have the fast track system now, you can literally at the beginning of a new season jump up an entire license in one day.
I fast tracked to A
Yeah.
at Daytona in the 87s in one day during the week that they were there at the end of December, January.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
It took me 1 month. I fast tracked from a rookie class dirt oval to C class, high C class. Last season I bumped to the B because I did one race and that's all I had to do to get there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
I strongly believe that in order to advance classes, you have to complete X amount of races and complete the races. I mean, their whole thing is halfway.
And
Fine,
also,
Whole
stick
thing.
with halfway.
it makes
Okay.
0x races worth more.
I
Right.
think
Reward us with that.
I think if that's the case, because I know we're going to talk about here because it says halfway. I think for you to fast track your license, you have to finish whole races.
Right. And I'll go out on a limb and say 75%. You have to do 75% of the laps. And so we'll say 4 races, 75% of the laps. And you have to complete 4 half-hour time trials before you can fast track.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, the time trial to me though is kind of pointless because so it teaches you how to handle the car, doesn't teach you how to handle the car in traffic.
Now, see,
Correct.
I didn't fast track at all because I wanted that experience in each license to
Exactly.
It
get
might help
better
if I
and
unmute myself.
I was the exact same way, Mike. It took
Yeah.
me, oh God, it probably took me 8 or 9 months to get my A license, if not a year.
it's pretty close to what I
Because
took.
because I did not push the issue. I was
Yep.
more worried about racing clean,
Me too.
racing respectably.
Well,
Mhm.
and I think with Robin, once she starts driving,
Respectably a
it's
word?
one of those things that she's never raced
It's close
anything.
enough, Zach.
I mean, outside of maybe a foot race. You ever race cars in the real world that you haven't told me about?
No.
So
Bicycles?
Only
she's
when
a
blue
kid,
lights were chasing.
but so you take somebody like her that's never really raced anything, but she finds it interesting, and you don't want a person like that just fast tracking through because they're not learning the
I
basics.
feel like she's giving you a death stare right now.
No,
I think he's right. I would be
No,
terrified to be like fast tracked to a higher class. I'd
The
be
key is
freaking
seat
out.
time. Seat
But also,
time.
it also
Exactly.
takes a little bit of self-discipline to say, "Hey, am I ready for this?"
Yeah,
Well,
Right.
Josh and I talk about this all the time. That I just tell him I'm not ready to do that yet, so I don't.
Another
I-
thing I think that they could do is like for oval, you have ARCA, and you have the late model stocks for D class. They don't have any cautions. You're
Right.
teaching people that
To be
if
aggressive.
you want to get a good finish, you can't lift for Rex.
yeah, I think
Right.
they need.
That's a very good point.
I think they need to bring cautions into ARCA.
That's a
I
very
agree.
good
Oh,
point.
they
D-
should.
D
It needs to be
class.
cautious across the board.
I believe
all the way
that
down to
rookie
rookie
class and D class should both have cautions.
Yeah,
I can
I
let
agree.
Rookie go.
I would
can
say
let Rookie go.
I would let
I
rookies
can-
be.
I can leave the unranked rookie races caution free,
Yeah.
right? Because they're just there for fun. That's all they are.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
make these people have to sit around and do pace laps when they keep acting like idiots.
They'll get tired of it.
We'll get rid
I
of those people soon enough.
I highly think that if you add cautions to rookie and D class, that the mindset of people when they join a C class, B class race, A class race, they're going to be like, okay, I know that I have to check up for Rex or play
Mhm.
better avoidance for Rex because I'm still gonna have a chance to race once this race resumes from caution.
Right. And
But-
I think at that point it gets rid of the eye pacing feeling that we constantly see, like when we, okay, 87s at Daytona or Talladega because, oh God, I did this in week 13 with the multi cars and it was awesome and blah blah blah. I think it's gonna stop some of that shit.
Well, and the other thing with like that multi-class there, they use new Daytona. They didn't use the old Daytona that we usually use for
Right,
87.
right. Which I'd like to see him go to New Daytona with the 87s because I think it'll also take out some of the weirdness in that even. But
They're
I
making
don't
it
know.
a lot smoother.
oh
I-
yeah.
I like the bumpy one.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like the bumpy one because I know how to drive it. But every once in a while, like every other season, switch it. But
And keep them off the damn Daytona road course.
Please.
oh god, yeah.
Am I
I
the
was
only one
about
that
to say,
enjoyed that?
That's another thing that iRacing needs to do is they
I
need
did-
to. I have no problem with the 87s going to a road course, but here's the thing: you only have a small handful of road courses that those 87s can actually handle
Watkins Glen.
everybody.
They should bring Riverside back.
Well, and
I
yeah, that's
wish.
the thing. Riverside and Watkins Glen. There's a reason that they went to those two
Yeah.
road courses. The car was never made to be a road course car.
Right. I believe that with the right setup, you can do Watkins Glen, the classic one, no chicane, and I believe you can do Sonoma.
Yeah, Sonoma should
Don't
be
do
fine.
anything else.
Yep.
Those
Keep
should
it
be your
accurate.
only two. Watkins Glen, Sonoma, and if you really want to throw a curveball in there, do one of the free road courses like
Lime Rock.
Lime Rock. I feel
Yeah,
like the
Lime Rock's
87s
good.
would do
Oh, it'd
fine
be
at Lime Rock.
Perfect at Lime Rock
Yeah, that would be actually kind of fun. I've never thought
without
about
the
that.
chicane.
Yes,
Right.
obviously.
You have to do it
No,
without
yeah,
the
get rid.
chicane.
No chicane.
You know, it might help crossover. Like, most of you guys I think are like I am. You'll do road course racing, but you prefer the oval stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
Where if we have like the rookie track class for oval, it might open some of us up to, hey, we know that track. Let's go try that car there.
Right.
Exactly.
Like
That's very true.
there's a reason I don't spend as much money on road courses as I do on oval. It's because I'm still learning the road courses,
Right.
and in order to learn the road courses, I need more oval cars to go to them, because then I feel like, okay, if I can manage to get around Coda, for example, if I can manage to get around Coda in the Cup car or the truck, I can definitely do it in a road course style car.
Right.
Well, and
That
you're
being
more
said, do I think every road course should go over to the oval side? Absolutely not.
Please, no.
Mm-hmm.
UMP modifieds.
no.
UMP modifieds.
There we
Hey, let's not go there.
Why do you want to die?
Hey,
It's
Kingdon.
doable. It's
Kingdon.
doable. It's very doable. Kinda.
Yeah.
You say so.
So I know
Doable.
I know Nick's got a replay that goes along with all this because he had it ready to go when Corn was pulling his up. So I'm kind of curious to see what he's got.
Dazzless. Nicholas.
Dazzle.
I'm waiting
Just
for
let me
it
know
to-
when you're ready.
Yeah, I got it up.
EMI.
Wait, was this in the race we were just in?
Whoa,
Yep.
someone was flying.
Holy crap! I didn't
That-
actually go back and look at that yet.
What was I supposed to be
Yeah.
watching?
Look at Nick
Okay,
just sitting
Nick.
there.
So go
Hold on,
back and
I missed something.
yeah, play it
but-
at full speed one more time.
Stop yelling, baby.
Choose a different angle so we can see what happened.
Yeah, try
He's
Oh.
excited.
one or two. Okay, that works.
Somebody looks like confetti.
Yeah, so play it at this.
Confetti.
I mean, literally, that was a second place or third place guy that caused this whole thing.
Oh man.
Yep.
Only
So,
3 cars in the lead didn't get hit.
Yeah.
If you watch this was the leader that
so
caused this.
so do a rear chase on the leader there,
Yep.
and just kind
And
of
we'll back up a little
zoom
bit.
it out a little bit. So do rear chase on it, not far
So
chase.
rear chase.
Yep. So rear chase. Now back it out just a little bit, and then maybe kick it off to the right a touch. Yeah, that works perfect right there. So play it in slow motion. So these guys on the outside had a hell of a run going down the backstretch.
Yep.
And I'll mention what happens after this goes down, but you see him start drifting while the guy that's in second or third is stuck right on that white line.
And he's gaining speed.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, the 15's losing speed this entire time that he's slowly drifting down.
So they're gonna touch, right?
Yeah, he wasn't even close to clearing.
Well, in the Harvick car starts to pull down, but the guy in the Coors car is already sliding.
Yeah, it's too late. He's been tapped.
Oh,
And now he's getting
no.
drilled because he's lost too much speed. Meanwhile, the guy in the Harvick car doesn't want to slow down because he's going to get trampled to death by a herd of elephants.
Yep. Now the current leader gets hooked back up the track.
Oh no.
Oh, he has. Oh yeah.
Oh,
This guy
no.
actually was with
The
us
16
for a while.
dies. The 16 just
He's
flat
he's
dies.
dead. So everybody, and I mean every car, was in that wreck. Now, mind you, you can see me. I'm already checking up, and Nick's behind me, and he's checking up. I got a little bit of damage, not a big deal. But wait for the ARCA brake from
that
behind
car is
Nick.
Flipping.
The 13's already down there.
Yeah, the 16 is.
He's
Wait.
already down here in this bottom.
You see the guy coming back up the
Wow.
track? He ARCA brakes right into Nick.
What a turd.
Oh, it sure did.
And then Nick
And then it
spins
collects us
into me.
Herco
Yeah, there's a
Brace, he's
car
fan vote.
flying. This is actually a really good one.
Did anyone finish this race?
Oh, yeah, me and Nick did.
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
got
no,
wrecked
yeah, you
again.
died. You died the next lap or the next restart.
Look at that
Um,
one
I
on
wrecked
the
again.
fence.
Oh, I
Damn.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched your LePage video, AJ.
Oh, yeah. The end was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When we
Holy
started,
cow.
actually, you missed it because you came into this recording late.
Yeah.
I started off the whole podcast recording with that.
What a nightmare.
But this is a prime example of number one. So the 15 car at the end of the race says, my spotter didn't tell me that you were there. And we go, well, do you use crew chief? And he says, no, he uses the in game. I use crew chief, race labs, and the in game. Plus I use them damn, blind
Indicators.
spot indicators. I've got like quadruple check on if I can move that car. And if corner somebody is spotting, I've got a human person backing up everything.
Well, here's the other thing. Common sense tells you that you're not clear.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yeah.
All
I was
you
just-
have
I
to
was
do
just
is
about to
watch
say
your
that.
mirror.
because the only thing I use is the in-game spotter.
So do I. I use the in-game spotter.
But
Yeah.
but I
and
also
then the
look
iRacing
at
or
I look at my relative,
Mhm.
and if it's kind of one of those. I just kind of go with my gut. If I don't know if I need
Well,
to turn down. I think he's
if
still there.
if it
I
doesn't feel
turn-
right, you don't do it.
Right.
I turn up the chattiness on my spotter, so he's talking a lot more
Oh, I do
often.
too. So this is out of the same race. This is that last wreck.
I'm back.
Or,
Oh yeah, this is where I stayed glued to the line.
Nasty.
This is horrible. You see me go flipping? Did you see me go flipping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, another.
Thank goodness you didn't cross the line and get a yellow or a black flag there,
Oh.
Nick.
yeah. But let's do this.
I mean, watch from my angle, like behind me. It's. This is a perfect example of people needing to know what they should do in the event of a caution, because I'm gonna go below the yellow line here, and the guy
Yep.
that smokes me never even hit the brakes.
Well, or watch. They straighten it out on the high side. There's no reason this 11 car needs to go down and hook the 4 right back up into us.
Mm.
Right.
I don't even know why
That wreck.
I don't even know why the 11 moved. That's the crazy part. He's nowhere even near the wreck.
I can't get these people who say, I didn't want to lose position, so I didn't let up. Hey, you're out of the race. how many good positions you going to get when you're out of the
And the
race?
6 is still on the gas.
Yep. And then I go flipping. So I go from getting like a 5th to a 14th. And somehow I miss going down pit road while I'm flipping. I have no idea how the hell that happens, but
Physics.
Oh,
You
R.I.P.
actually
Cone.
go over the cone.
yeah. Yeah.
Did you get hit again?
Oh yeah, wait
Yep.
for it.
I thought you
Just,
did.
They're up there,
just
nice
wait
lawn.
for it. Yep, the lawn's trashed. And again, this is something that also could have been avoided. Because the guy that hits me was already a wrecked car.
How
Now,
fast is that 20 going?
keep following
Way
the
faster than he should have.
keep
Yeah.
following the 20, because this gets better. This is like an all-day fucking plane wreck.
Yeah, you can't.
Just
good.
wait.
All
Just
day.
wait.
It's
Just
all
wait.
day.
It's better. It gets
Well,
better.
so this guy's gonna go right down the grass while trying to bring it onto the track. Yeah, you could speed it up just a touch right here. That's good. So now he's sliding on the grass again because I'm sure he's trying to get the gas and not let anybody pass him. And then, well, stupid hits right about here. Because now he's curved to the left, but she gonna grab.
You see the wheel?
What?
Oh my God, I never noticed that.
The 24's got a tire on
It
it.
doesn't matter.
Oh my
It's not going to be there very long, Mike.
That's
It's not going to be there much longer.
That's not the one.
It's
the
That's
not?
not
car.
what he hits. No. Oh, he
Oh,
does.
he got him.
He
But
does a little bit.
wait, there's more. Bam!
Wow.
Jesus.
That's disgusting.
All because you wanted to be an idiot.
That tire is still on the hood.
Oh my God. I'd never noticed that until now.
There's another one.
Yeah, his right rear, I think, popped off because he got hit in a hard. But yeah,
Wow.
this is literally a
They were wrecking.
300 yard sale of
Where's the
twisted
10?
cars.
We're gonna follow the
3,000.
10 through this entire wreck.
Yeah, because I think he made it through. Oh my God, he did.
Oh.
That makes it even better.
He makes it all the
That
way
makes it
through.
even
He just
better.
stays in it too.
He's like, oh, I got this, guys. I'm gonna come home like 4th.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
What?
I made it through. We're good to go.
You see all
Oh my
that
God.
smoke and you just keep pedal to the metal. What?
But that's the thing. He made it through so much of that.
His
He
luck,
got rewarded for it.
He
but
didn't
his
make
luck
it through
was
all of it.
bound to run out. You can't miss that many wrecks and not die.
But
Yeah.
he got rewarded for it because he made up positions. That's the
Until
thing.
right up
Where
to
did
the
he
point where
finish?
he hit somebody.
Yeah, where did he finish? What was
Where-
his finish?
so where was he at? He was in 19th.
Just let it play out again.
He is going fast.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
well,
he's going
everybody
way
else.
too fast with
ev-
all that smoke.
Everybody else has already died. Oh shit!
Ah!
I have something
Yeah,
very
see,
applicable to that.
I
He
would be
finished,
so
he picked up
upset
11
at him.
spots.
Yeah, he finished 11th.
I have something very applicable to that.
Yeah. Is it another replay?
Yeah, per se, it's in video form, but it's
Meanwhile, I end up in 19th out of that same wreck.
Like that's just crap.
Yeah, there's
Like I get what he's doing, right? You know, he's trying to make up the positions. You're gonna make them up anyways. Everybody's wrecking. Everybody's junked. And instead you wind up junking yourself at the end anyways.
Yeah, so
oh, that's
Yeah,
the
you
way the
just-
session goes.
you just
That
check
goes
up
the
and
race,
finish the
sir.
I'm
race.
sitting here thinking, oh, we're gonna be all right. Oh shit, there's a wreck.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
looks
I
like
have it.
No,
it
you
looks
don't.
It looks like Damien has something to share too.
Well, mine would actually follow under the proper way to get through a wreck, even though I lift either.
Somebody got killed.
Did Dude, everybody did.
No, I mean like, where did they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be me. Oh no, that's not me. Who is it? This is 17. Oh wow, yeah, he's spinning like a flat pancake.
He's frisbeeing it.
Uh-oh.
Flat pancake.
Oh my
Now I want
God.
pancakes.
He got pinball. Does he get hit
Again, because people aren't checking up.
On the 5 just loses it.
Oh,
But yeah,
God.
I
Okay.
mean,
So let's see. I want to see JD's here.
Oh no, Damien had his up first, I think.
You can go ahead. I've showed
Oh.
mine's kind of dumb luck.
Okay. I
So
hope he can hear it okay.
When
You
is
should
this
be able
from,
to.
JD?
There we go.
Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready anytime. So
Alrighty, here we go. This is a lesson on Arca brakes. What do you say?
Like pit stops.
How about some good old-fashioned Arca brakes? Yeah, everyone knows Arca brakes, unless you're in it. But we're going to see the 14 get into the 16 here. Okay, that's not too outrageous. Okay. All right, the 4. Oh, the 4. Well, he didn't really have any place to go, but that still might have been some. Surely there's going to be some more people flying through there. Surely. Oh, you got lucky.
Wow.
And you did not. This is a public service announcement. If you see a wreck, please make sure you slow down.
Oh my God, that's fucking epic, JD. I love it.
Nice PSA.
That's
So
that's great.
just make
Okay.
sure you slow down.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna look at Damien's here.
This is actually I make it through this one.
You lived through this one this week?
Yeah, this is the one
Really?
Oh, I remember this.
wow.
Wait, it's not done, I don't think.
It's not.
And that's no, it's not.
What's old Miller Lite going to be doing?
It's
no.
not him.
No.
It's not him at all. It's the least expecting person you'd ever think of.
My mom?
It might be. Or it might not. For all you know, it's the guys right up front.
Oh no!
Wait
what
for
do
it.
we do?
Wait for it.
Oh,
Second place.
Oh my God, dude!
wow.
You are the
Wow.
luckiest person in the world.
He got through there with skill. Give him some credit.
That last
How
one.
did you do that?
Huh?
Like
Paid
he
attention.
kept it off the wall.
Paying attention.
Yeah.
Like I knew. I mean, if you watch that group up there, you can see. Well, Justin actually spins one of the cars up there.
Just like our Justin.
Weird.
what
Yeah.
a-
Burns.
he's
16.
number 16.
Hey,
16.
Burns. I know you're gonna watch this. What a shocker.
It's not really his fault though.
No, the guy on the in front of him checks up. There's like a simultaneous spinning, and then he just gets screwed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bug him about it. That's funny.
Well, and then there's an. Said there was another one there.
Yeah, there was another car spinning at literally same time that he spins the guy on the high line. I think it was
The 21 gets.
Yeah, the
spun.
21 gets spun at the same time. Like it's
I was
crazy.
in this race, wasn't I?
No, you
And
weren't.
they're
This one.
both same angle and everything.
No. Okay, it wasn't the same one.
Yeah, it's like simultaneous, like almost perfect. If you watch. Let's see. I think Justin's just getting into the 22, and then, yeah, they're both turned right there.
Yep, and they're gonna spin together.
24 had a little more
Does
help.
the 21 come back up the track is my question.
At this point,
No,
everybody's buying.
No.
Well,
He
if you
doesn't.
watch right here, you can see his tires are actually locked up,
The way they're supposed to be.
Like a normal person.
and then he's pulse setting them there to stop it, which total sense. But yeah, that was just nuts. And then go.
Oh God, a Red Bull car.
Yep.
Right.
And this is stupid too, because if I remember right from what we saw just a few minutes ago, I think the 6 swings it down below the yellow line.
Yeah, I think
I
that's what
think
it
you're
looks like a
right.
minute ago.
Because I thought I saw somebody, yeah, he's going to swing
Yeah,
it
right
right
there.
here. Which
is against the sporting code.
Yep.
You can 100%
So when he comes,
protest.
Oh,
so when he comes back
no.
up, he junks the 28 and the 24.
That's naughty.
Yep.
Well, the problem here too is as you come back up, that transition unsettles the car,
Uh-huh.
Well,
and
what
then
was
he
the,
takes the 28.
look at the 28 though? Didn't the 28 go down under it too?
I think he went down to try to block. At that point, I think I would.
Yeah, I mean he's technically because right here he has the position. So
Yeah, he's in the right still. He has no. He doesn't have to move.
and then all hell breaks.
No, that poor one car.
He
Dude,
was.
he
He
was-
was gone.
He was looking at
Poor
the
guy.
line thinking, I got this one, and
Yep.
then the Red Bull car wins it.
Boom.
But see, the one should have locked it down. Instead, he comes down into the track.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he
That's
also
still
had the
spinning.
28 pushing him, so
No, yeah, that don't help.
because it doesn't look like his tires are spinning,
They were.
were they?
Let's see. Yeah. Go with. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, the way that he kicks out of there, they're spinning. There's no way they're not. Yeah, he
Yeah,
never
they
even
never.
he never even got on the brakes.
That's just the tires changing direction.
Yeah,
That's an interesting view.
that was very weird.
Getting dizzy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
still trying to spin the freaking tires.
I do save it though completely. I didn't get any other 0x or anything.
Like that's just again the same stuff we've been seeing week after week lately. And I like I said, I think it's because you have a lot of these guys coming from NASCAR heat and want to drive like it's NASCAR heat. So,
Well, as we
Does I-
speak, we got a NASCAR heat lobby in the hosted races right now.
I'll go figure.
Does iRacing not have like a tutorial? Like
They
a,
do.
Oh,
There-
do
there
people
are
just not
videos.
do it?
There's driving
There's-
etiquette videos.
Yeah, and there's actually an award for them too.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 awards.
I actually made my dad watch videos on YouTube about that before he thought about getting on. I was like, "Do you think you can do this?" And he's like, "Yes, Josh. I think
But
I
I
taught you
think-
this."
I think a lot of people think that they can get into it, and then they don't want to learn how to make their racecraft better. So it just, you wind up with a bunch of guys like us that get infuriated to the point where, hell, Nick didn't even want to race on iRacing anymore.
Yeah, it makes me a little sad whenever I hear people
Or-
talk like that.
Or you take somebody like Mike, who is trying to come up through, and hell, even Eric's a perfect one for this as well, that they could easily get that I rating, but they get screwed by somebody that takes them out in the long run.
Yep.
So
Well, that's the thing is like
Part of the learning curve is how I see it. So
yeah, but the
Well, I
problem
feel-
is even if you learn exactly what you need to learn to make it through that, right?
yeah,
You could still, tomorrow I could spin out in front of you out of nowhere,
yep,
not lock my brakes up. You smoke me, you're out of the race. You lose a bunch of I rating.
yep.
Yeah.
And then
Well-
I end up with all those low I rating guys again, and
I
which,
also I
which
feel
I'm
too
with
it's
anyway.
taking. I feel like it's taking the racing out. Like this is turning more into survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
you
agree.
literally, you back off so much, you let these guys rack out, and then you just gain the spots, and where you finish,
Well,
you finish.
what in that race I was just showing, AJ and I were sitting there talking, like, we know there's another wreck coming.
Oh yeah,
It's just a matter of time. And it just unfortunately came. It came when I expected it, but not where I expected it. You had the wreck against the wall, but that's where it should have stayed.
yeah.
Instead, you had cars moving that had no business moving over. They were clear of the wreck, didn't need to move at all, but yet they move over and they make the wreck bigger because if you're going to do anything, hit the brakes.
Right.
Hey, AJ.
Yeah.
Did you bring enough pizza for everybody?
You can't see my pizza.
Yes, I can.
Somebody say pizza?
No,
Oh God.
not a mention of it, JD.
It's a free food free
All right,
zone.
sir. Are we still podcasting?
I mean, I'm recording still, yes,
Okay.
but
Well, I don't have a. I mean, I'm sure I've got a couple clips, but I can't pull them up for y'all. So
um,
kind of working. So
yeah, no, you're good, Eric. I don't know. Was there anything else that we had to cover tonight?
No.
but
No.
One of the clips that I could show that kind of shows the state of mind as far as race etiquette. You saw it when I was doing the NIS and I touched the
yeah.
wall, and the dude behind me had to check up, and he got ass packed, and so he's hollering at me, oh, blah blah blah, basically, blaming it on me because how dare I touch the wall and slow him up.
Right.
That's another issue of race etiquette. Not everybody's out to get you.
And everyone takes everything so personally too. It's just racing. Stuff's gonna happen.
Right.
Just have fun.
Right.
We spend
And
good money on this.
if you lose a bunch of I rating or safety rating, yes, it sucks. It happens to all of us. But just build it back up.
Yep. I would agree.
How
So.
dare you not race at the same level of skill that I have? I have a whole 57 more I rating than you do, you filthy scrub.
Pretty much, yeah. That's why you're the 28 car in a top split race.
God, and you weren't even in a top
Dude,
split race.
I know.
That's why you're the 28 car, dude. You're number 26. Yeah, but you're number 28. Yeah.
I just tell them, listen, I've been driving cars for 50 years.
God, you're old. So old.
But handsome.
He's not old, he's wise.
That's right.
Okay.
Wise.
Hey,
Thank you,
they're the
Robin.
same thing, right?
I thought they
Yeah,
called
pretty
that
much.
experience.
That's
He's
what I thought.
experienced,
Yeah, there
yeah.
you go.
That works.
You don't feel that old though, do you?
Shut up.
I
I played golf today. My back is killing me.
Was that a trick question then?
I'm only 40 and I feel old
Well,
as dirt. So
I better jump off, guys.
Okay.
Being on the opposite of my normal sleep schedules, getting a
A
little
pleasure
difficult.
as always, gentlemen.
Yep. Well, that's it for this episode of the Stevens Motorsports Revved Up podcast. Again, thank you all for listening. A couple of small announcements at the end. I am starting an 87 Legends series, weekly series that we're going to do. It will be a hosted series following all the 1987 rules, 1987 points system, and the 1987 schedule, save for where Riverside is no longer with us. I replaced it with Willow Springs. That may change. It may not. If you'd like more info, down in the description, you can find my Discord username. Shoot me a message. I will get you invited over to the server. On that note, though, everybody have a great week of racing, and we'll see you all again next week.